Hello, everybody. I'm excited. I'm just going to call this the Terry Takeover because tonight she has asked me to take over the meeting, the just the meeting part of it, and it's going to be recorded. I've watched the recording, and it is so good, y'all. So, Kathy, thank you so much for being behind the scenes and doing all the technical side of it so that it runs smoothly. So I want to thank you for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. It is Dr. Tamara Sachs. She is the one that is actually going to hand the mic over, but even what she says at first is really good to Loretta Wilkins, which is a PMD, and she actually tells you what Loretta does and where she's from and all that, her credentials, so her bio. So I'll leave that at that. But y'all, she gives some great things. And what the subject is, it's spring clean your body, and it's about how to detox. So a lot of it is detox, and you may think you know a lot about detoxing daily and spring cleaning your body, and this is perfect time for that. But you just wait, there's nuggets in here. Like, I'm going to give y'all a few little things to be listening for. So that intrigued me. So one of the things that help detox and put something in the chat. I would love to hear if you know something that helps your body detox. I know Judy, you have a routine. Maybe you don't put everything in there, but I'm just kidding. But first thing is, I thought it was interesting that there's one household item that is in the environmental agency that's the number one toxic thing in our house. You're going to find that out. Another thing I thought was interesting, and y'all may already know this, but she actually talks about the perfect time that restorative sleep is, which I found that fascinating. And then, oh my goodness, in the Luminate, y'all, there is something, one ingredient. Well, there's probably many, but there's one ingredient that she talks about that is specifically good for detoxing your body. And it's a known herb for detoxing. So it helps sweep out, and that's in Luminate. And then at the very end, we may cut it off a little bit short, but there is one fruit that I have been buying organic that I didn't even realize that it doesn't matter if it's organic or not. And they encourage you to eat the skins. Interesting. Okay, those were just my little fun facts, but I want y'all to put your seatbelt on and get your notes out because this lady, what's her name? Loretta, she talks very fast because I think she's from Ohio originally. So get your pen ready to go because it's good stuff. All right, take her away, Kathy. Thank you.
Delighted to be hosting this call this evening, or maybe hostessing is the word, I'm not sure. Welcome to all of you. I have the pleasure of introducing Loretta Wilkins later, but first I want to just tell you a little bit about how it is that we've come to gather here on this Monday night, as we have been for the last 26, for me, years, but for others, longer than 35 years. Every single Monday night, there has been a speaker on this line, on this call with this team, because we've partnered with an amazing company that's called Juice Plus, and our mission is to inspire healthy living all around the world. We're in 26 countries, and as part of that mission, we like to teach, we like to learn, we like to educate and share our information. And so we're passionate about health and science and building community. And so we hear every Monday night from an expert. And on the second Monday of the month, we have the pleasure of a volunteer medical expert. And tonight is no different. But first, let me just take a second to tell you about this company, because I'm proud to be associated with it. It was founded many years ago in 1970 by Jay Martin, our founder and visionary. He had a mission to bring to market products that really truly enhanced or protected people's lives and enhanced their quality of life. And 50 plus years later, we are still doing that. The Juice Plus company is recognized as the global leader in plant nutrition. They were the pioneers, the innovators, when 33 years ago they started the shift from multivitamins back to whole food. So they have invested millions, many millions, in research over the last 30 years to prove the benefits of the synergy of these 30 fruit, vegetables, and berries that are in the Juice Plus products. And that is why I'm here, and that is why many of the medical people you will hear from talking either at a platform for Juice Plus or about Juice Plus, it's because of the research, because the research just proves all the benefits are real. They're not hype, they're not marketing, it's not a famous person endorsing it, right? None of that. We go with real science, and that's why we're all happy that you're here to learn a little bit more about all of this from our wonderful guest speaker, Loretta Wilkens. So Loretta is a native of Ohio, but she's actually in North Carolina for the last decade or so, where she lives with her husband, Scott. And 24 years ago, while she was looking for answers for her own health and nutrition for her family, she began to understand the power and importance of plant-based nutrition and that food is medicine. She became so inspired that she sold a company in the business world to pursue her passion and purpose, and inspiring healthy living around the world was part of that. She's a certified personal trainer and a certified holistic nutrition coach, as well as a John Maxwell speaker. Has addressed hundreds of audiences. I would think you might be in the 1,000 by now, with her message of health and hope. 15 years ago, Loretta became a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company, and has been awarded many prestigious prizes. And she has become one of our invited healthy living speakers touring around the country. She says here that it was quite an honor, considering that Loretta is the only non-medical professional in the group. I would argue you are a medical professional, you're a trained coach, but I get it. The rest of the speakers have more initials after their name than Loretta, but we all love Loretta's talks, and I always learn a lot from Loretta's talks. So I am thrilled to introduce her to you, and I'm just going to let her take it away this evening. Loretta,
Thank
it's
you
all
so
yours.
much. This is an honor to be on this call tonight. And Dr. Sachs, I follow you for years, and every single time you ever have anything to say, I want to listen. And it was an honor for you to invite me to this call. My team call's going on while I'm here. And, I said yes because I care about our mission. I really value what we're doing in the world. And I believe education is at the cornerstone of why we are so impactful. So tonight, we're going to take you down a little train of education about detoxing. We thought this might be a perfect topic, considering right now we're stepping into a new season of spring. We just hit the daylight savings time. Wow, it was light out till 7:30 tonight, which was so nice. And I'm going to share my story more in the middle of my talk. So I'm just going to walk us through detoxing. Why are we so toxic? And I want to say we're really toxic. We have toxins everywhere, and it builds up. And so we want to just kind of walk through the how and why it is so important to detox regularly, and where do the Juice Plus products come into play when it comes to detox. As a health coach, I talked to I did 4 calls today. People come to me for health consultations. They want to share with me what's going on with them. And I'm going to tell you at the end of the day, and Dr. Sachs, I've got to believe you see this in your practice and in all the patients you've served. At the end of the day, it's all about gut health. It is all the gut. And so we're going to weave in a little bit of that as well. So I'm going to screen share. And I'm just calling it the detox. And all that is the process of removing the toxins from the body. How, if we have these beautiful bodies, so amazingly made, and yet those toxins can be trapped. And they get trapped in a lot of places. And we need to be able to get them out of our body, and the why is number one is this is going to refresh your body. It's going to clear your mind. This is where all the brain fog comes in. Getting rid of the toxins is going to improve your gut health. This is what elevates your energy and makes you think so much more clearly. Reducing inflammation is actually at the top of our list if we want to be healthy, because we know inflammation is the beginning of all dis-ease within the body. And a lot of people come to me because they want me to help them lose weight. And so I don't even like the term weight loss. I want to help people take healthy back. I want them to learn the skill set, the mindset, and weight just peels away when that happens. But I'll tell you, it's a huge role. If we do not detox before we try to go into weight loss, that's a problem. We're going to cover that a little bit as well. And it's important for our body that if we want to detox, is we've got to flood our body with better nutrients. That is what is going to help our gut actually respond in a way to help communicate to the other organs to release those toxins. And where do all these toxins? These are all the no's. These are the things we don't want to put into our bodies if we can help it. Trans fats, hydrogenated oils, high fructose corn syrup, all the artificial sweeteners, anything that is allose, like saccharin and aspartame, destructive to our bodies. Matter of fact, I mean, I tell people, if you're not going to get rid of the diet soda, you got to find a different health coach, because it's so much pollution inside the body. I can't help you get healthy unless we can start to stop some of these, ingesting some of these things. And then the rest, I don't even need to read. You can take a picture. I want you to become a good label reader. And here's the beautiful news. If you're eating whole food, you don't even need to read a label. I can pick up an organic apple and I don't need a label on it. We had sweet potatoes with our salmon tonight and asparagus. I didn't need a label. So, just knowing that the closer to nature we can get, it is the mass production of food, the genetically modified, all of the glyphosate, the things that we've put on food, because we got away from growing our own. And so any time you can shop the farmer's market, anything that you can get closer to nature, you're going to be a lot less toxic. And then it's also our environment. I lived in Wilmington, North Carolina before we moved to the Triangle of North Carolina, and we discovered that one of the corporations there has been dumping a toxic waste, and it has been polluting the water for years. They were busted 20 years ago, fined, and they just changed the molecule 1 degree, but it was still toxic, and no one double checked on them. And so it has created a widespread issues with cancers and other things. And so you may have even read it on the news. It's called Gen X. And so we know our environment as well. And so hard for us to get away from this, but we have to manage it. This is why regularly detoxing our bodies is what is going to come into play with this. So what are these toxins? They're external chemicals, excessive sugar, the pollution, preservatives on skincare, all the cleaning products. I try to tell people our skin is our largest organ. You do need to be cautious about what you're putting on topically. I'm so grateful that since I've started on Juice Plus, I'm so less dry. I don't put a bunch of I don't use lotions. I do use a little bit of avocado oil and beautiful almond oil if I do have some dry spots, but putting less on ourselves. I read an article once that said women put an average of 450 different toxins on and in their body daily with all the things, all the products that we use on our hair and our nails and skin. And I know beauty's important, but we can definitely make better choices. One of the things you can use is the Yucca app. If you don't have that, it's a wonderful app to have on your phone. It scans barcodes and will let you know, look, is this anywhere in the green area of being safe? Okay, and how do they get inside of our body? Number one, absorb through the skin. Just breathing in the toxins, drinking the toxins, eating them on foods, and even our clothing. I'm going to tell you, if you looked at the Environmental Protection Agency's website, the number one household toxin are dryer sheets. This is why I recommend everybody just gets nice dryer balls, put a little essential oils on there for a nice smell. That, get wonderful solution to just get rid of one toxic chemical. And why? It's because all of those toxins go into the dry clothes. You wear the clothes. You're now breathing in those toxins. You're absorbing them through your skin, and it causes all types of bronchial issues. So yeah, that's just one One toxin. And then what happens is this buildup of toxins in our organs and in our gut mainly. Now we're bloated. We've got the brain fog. It's promoting cravings of carbs and sugar. You may have a lot of digestive distress. Also the skin issues of eczema and rosacea, maybe just chronic fatigue. You're exhausted. Struggles getting to sleep, staying asleep, joint pain, breakouts, puffiness, and of course, weight gain and trouble losing weight all could be a result of toxic buildup. And I want to encourage you, don't over exercise or go into a diet as a way to try to lose weight. You need to detox before you do any of that, because our fat stores the toxins and also vital organs. And so all of a sudden you go into fat burning mode by heavy duty exercise, or I'm cutting all my calories, or I'm going into something drastic. The cabbage soup is all I'm eating. And now all of a sudden those toxins get released. People feel terrible. They quit what they're doing, the diet, the exercise. And guess what? Average person gains all the weight back and an additional 5 to 6 pounds for every time they go through this vicious cycle. This is why we want, and I need someone to make a new slide for us because we don't call it Shred 10. I'm going to tell you about Reset at the end. But we love to help you first. Let's do a detox. Let's detox first. Then we can shed the fat much more easily and there's no rebound effect. And so I wanted to show you, look at how similar the gut health signs of a poor gut health are to toxic buildup. There's a direct correlation between our gastrointestinal distress that so many people are in, and so many people's ailments, they're not even realizing, oh, it's my gut that needs to get fixed. And here's the wonderful news of the night. We can heal our guts. This is why I say food is medicine, is that I have watched countless people. I just did a call last week. We did a Stories of Hope with a woman from Virginia, Becky Sailors. She is off 9 medications. She had 4 autoimmune diagnoses. We helped her get on all the Juice Plus products, detoxify her body, and heal her gut. And it is 2 years later. She is full of energy, vitality, and she is sharing it with the world. What a wonderful thing to witness. And I get to see that all the time. So now I'm just going to tell you a couple of the ways that you can help detox your body. Number one is our digestive system. Our bodies do need a rest from eating. We need a 12-hour window of when we are not eating. My best recommendation for fasting is at night. I think it's it's the way we were created, down with the sun, up with the sun. And I have had the most success with weight loss, weight management, detoxing, gut health issues when people just make their fast at night. Shut the kitchen down after dinner. I ate dinner a couple hours ago. I'm not going to eat again tonight. I'm going to go to bed, soon after this call and if the time changed, it might have me a little messed up, and then I will break my fast in the morning, 12 hours after I had dinner around 7 o'clock. By having my shake, a very healthy breakfast. By the way, healthy breakfast means that you are combining protein, healthy fiber, and healthy fat. My little slogan, if you want to write this down, is eating complete in 3. It is a very important health hack. If every time you eat, it includes protein, fiber, and a healthy fat, you will stabilize your blood sugar. You will burn fat more effectively. And this is just super important for your overall health. I could go into a whole nother topic about sugar balancing. I do have that talk if you want to ask me back sometime. And then also sugar. Sugar's the enemy, folks. We have to get off white refined sugar. It is destroying our gut health, and it's terrible for us, and it's empty calories, and it's causing us to be toxic and bloated. And so really making that step, you can still use raw honey or maple syrup. We can use our complete and make our sweet treats with our energy bites. And this morning, instead of having a shake, we made a pudding and had bananas, apples, walnuts, cinnamon, So we had protein, fiber from the fruits and vegetables and the complete, and our healthy fat with our nuts. And so it was so easy to not, we were perfectly full to 1 o'clock when we had a big hearty salad with, beans and protein sources as well as avocado for the healthy fat. You won't overeat. You'll be full, you'll be satisfied, but this white sugar makes you crash all day long and you start to crave more carbs and sugar as well. Okay, just being dramatic there. I also just want to talk about the fact that, first of all, there's no such thing as wheat left in this country. We have 100% genetically modified the wheat. We have taken a perfectly beautiful grain that has 3 parts of it, and we've stripped it down to next to nothing, destroying the vitamin K, which is the most important part of wheat to make it healthy for us. And we spray all of these foods with glyphosate. Just so you know, that is like one molecule off from Roundup that you spray directly on weeds in your driveway to kill them. This is what we ingest when we ingest wheat products. And I'm sorry, I know, but I'm going to have pasta tomorrow, but it's going to be Hearts of Palm pasta from Trader Joe's. So it's made from vegetables, but it's delicious, and we'll use pasta sauce on it. And I make sourdough. That's the only bread that we eat. So we do enjoy bread. I just have my own sourdough that I at least know where it's coming from. So what can you do to eliminate some of this? But for a season, if you're here and you have health issues, or you're going to share this recording with someone that has health issues, I get everyone off of gluten, dairy, and sugar for just 6 months at least. I also may send you to get food sensitivity tested, because I have proven over and over and over and over and over with hundreds of people, 80% of all of us are gluten and dairy sensitive. So there's that. And so I love showing this and don't shoot the messenger. Okay. I'm just telling you what I know. We are the only species that drinks milk of another animal. The teats of that cow were to give a calf milk to get it to be 650 pounds in 1 year. That cow then weans and eats grass the rest of its life and stays a mammoth muscular cow. We were meant to eat the meat, not drink the milk. So it has just been, and it's what we've done to the cows. We don't let them graze on grass. We pollute them with all types of grains. And then we give them antibiotics because they've got gut infections themselves. And we pump them up with hormones and steroids that get passed on to us. So there's a lot of unhealth, but I'm just going to tell you, I solve a lot of world's problems getting people dairy free. Joint pain goes away. Bloating goes away. Acne goes away. Rosacea heals. So many things related to the dairy. Just try it. If you don't trust me, you got to try it. Okay. And then to detoxify our body is hydration. We need water, water, water. I say fruit infused if you can. I'm big on lemons and limes for my daytime water. I have a really cool pitcher that I put lemons and limes at the bottom, and you kind of pump it and it releases, or I'll just squeeze them into my water. I cut a whole lemon up every night before I go to bed. It's in the fridge in a bowl, makes it easy. Pull it out in the morning. Don't even have to think about it. But all of those live enzymes and the citrus and the peels of the lemon and that hydration. Now, I do want filtered water, but I have to say, when you filter with reverse osmosis, you do create acidity in your water. I want everyone to get rid of water bottles. No more plastic water bottles whenever you can help it. Get yourself a nice metal bottle. Get yourself a good filter. I have a hydrogen water machine. You can get a little hydrogen, and again, whole nother talk I don't have time for tonight is, the hydrogen in the water is the molecule we want, but at least filtered. And then by adding in maybe a pinch of Celtic salt and some lemons and limes, you replenish that water for full hydration. Also, knowing that a lot of coffee and alcohol is also going to be toxic when you're trying to detox. Eliminating, either limiting or eliminating for a detox would be very, very important. And also sleep. When I got my first wellness certification 20 plus years ago, I was blown away by a whole book I had to read about sleep. All these audios about sleep. The manual had chapters and chapters on sleep. At that time, I did not understand the correlation between good health and sleep, quality sleep. Just so you know, your most restorative time of sleep is between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. That is when hormones go into balance, your insulin system goes into balance. You know, the hormones leptin and ghrelin, the ones that really come into play for weight management. So you need your rest. We need 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. And I could give a whole talk on sleep, but one big tip I'll give you tonight, you've got to move the electronics out of the room. No TVs, no phones. I keep my phone it's in the bedroom, but it's a huge bedroom and it's all the way on the other side. It's not right next to my bedstand, next to my head. Good plan, okay, is as much as you can eliminate those electronics early on in the evening. Like, this will be the end of it. After this for me tonight, I won't get back on phones and computers. I've got to give it a rest so I can rest. And then, of course, exercise. I wouldn't be a good personal trainer if I didn't tell you we've got to move. When we move our bodies, that is a natural way for us to release toxins from the body. A combination of walking and weights are perfect if you're open to it. And I put this in here. Not everybody can get a sauna, but maybe you can find a place that has a sauna. And if you just do need to do a good detox, you had all those symptoms I showed, find a place that you can go and sign up for a package where you could go, 3 times a week for a month and really sweat it out. So I do have a far infrared sauna. And I get in it 3 times a week, 30 minutes, because here's why. I don't sweat. I've never sweat. I was a ballerina when I was young. Everyone was dripping. I didn't even need a towel. Like, my shins would have 2 drips of water. The back of my hair. I can run a 5K. I barely break a sweat. I'm not a good sweater, and that's actually not healthy because that means I'm not getting rid of toxins. So I have to be very intentional to do cross training, meaning, like, if I walk, I'm going to speed walk and then slow down and go up some hills in order to break a sweat, or I'm going to get my sauna to break a sweat. But very important is to try to sweat it out. And then I just want to share my story with you. This is my beautiful family. And guess what? The long blonde hair girl on the left is my youngest, Kaylee, and she is 19 weeks pregnant with another granddaughter. And Mary over here with my 19-month-old Hannah is also pregnant. I'm about to be a grandmother of 5. But my son is the tall one with the beard on the right. Cameron, he's my oldest, and Kristen, my adopted child, is in the middle with the glasses on, and Kaylee and their spouses and the grandchildren, my husband, Scott. And I'm going to tell you, I was introduced to Juice Plus 24 and a half years ago. At that time, Cameron had severe allergies. Kristen had eczema, rosacea, constipation. I was desperately searching for answers for my family. I had gotten a divorce. I had become a single mom, and I was desperately seeking answers for better health and energy for myself as well. Perfect stranger introduced me to Juice Plus, and I've never looked back. After 1 full year, Cameron completely healed his allergies. He's never been back to an allergist. He's a nurse practitioner himself at Emory University. He's a sleep study expert, helps people get sleep. That's what he does. And he is the vision of health. He's in incredible shape. He's never, ever been back on a pharmaceutical drug in almost 25 years. Kristen, one by one. First of all, her eczema and her rosacea healed, and now we know Juice Plus was helping to heal her gut. And then her skin began to heal. She began to sleep better at night. She began to learn better at school. She began to like fruits and vegetables. And I became so inspired by the energy and vitality that Juice Plus gave me is when I sold the company I had ran for 13 years and went back to school, took anatomy, physiology, biology, and got my certifications, hung my shingle with the Juice Plus company. I've been changing lives ever since with this incredible product. Juice Plus is the way that we can bridge the gap between what we eat and what we don't eat. It is a wide range of plant foods in all different types of colors. We have our own farms. We wait till these fruits and vegetables are vine ripened. And what I say is what a doctor I follow. And if you have not read Dr. Bolsewitz's new book, he wrote Fiber Fueled. He also wrote Plant Powered Plus. Dr. Sachs, if you haven't gotten it yet, you're going to want to order it tonight. Yeah. It is mind-boggling. I can't stop listening to it. I'm reading and listening because it's high level and a lot of high words that he uses in the gut, and I want to learn. I'm craving the learning so much. And he says in Fiber Fueled, The single biggest indicator of a person's overall health will be the quantity, the quality, and the diversity of plants that you get into your diet daily. So we need 7 to 13 every day. I don't get that. I have a little motto. I strive for 5 and I eat juice plus. And part of the detox, I believe, by taking your capsules or your superfoods or your gummies and having a shake and getting that nutrition from over 40 sources, and of course, the plant-based omegas, we are supporting the gut health. It's a daily detox. So after you go through a detox, you're going to daily detox with Juice Plus. Your capsules and your plant powders are going to feed the good guys. Those good guys are going to rise up and say, no way, toxins. We don't want you. Get on out. The fiber from the complete is going to also help lay the groundwork for an incredible foundation of gut health and overall health and detoxing the body. And then, of course, I have to just share Luminate, because Luminate is going to give you the brain clarity. And believe it or not, the sage in Luminate is also a gut health herb. It is a purger of the gut. It is going to help you with detoxification. Has anyone else, please put it in the chat, noticed better sleep? I am in REM more since I've started doing a daily Luminate, which is when you produce your growth hormone. Amazing. And then if the truth didn't get good enough with the Juice Plus product line, our simple system of our quad and our shakes, and then Luminate for our brain health, the company in its innovation came out with the leading, most amazing gut health product available in the world. It is called Super Biome. It is a probiotic combined with a prebiotic. This is your expediter. This is what's going to set you up for gut health success. This is just going to speed up your healing. I thought my gut health was really, really good. I thought, because of how I eat and what I feed it. But of course, I wanted to try the Super Biome. And I started in September. I cannot believe, and this is how I'm going to describe my results. Not only is volume way up and amount coming out every day, but I feel my gut thinking. I noticed that what I did over the weekend, if I had wine or a cocktail, or if I just didn't eat healthy, we traveled, my gut is rebalancing. I can feel it thinking. And the brain clarity. I mean, I was turned 63 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, I feel so great at this age. I want to be an inspiration to those that are up there, aging postmenopause women. We can have a great fourth quarter, right, Cynthia? We want a great fourth quarter, and I'm just so excited to introduce that product to you. So Juice Plus is just a simple way for you to bridge the gap where we fall short every single day. And the best part of all of it is the community that we have to offer. I just came back from a day of impact in Charleston at Folly Beach, and I got to hear Dr. Valerie Miles and Tony Branner, the plant lady, and all the rest of the trainers. We were on the beach. We walked in the sun. This is the place you want to lock arms with, the people, the place. Whoever invited you to this call, get with them. Say, how do I get plugged in? We have calls like this all the time, multiple times a week, where you can stay inspired, stay educated. And we help you to simplify the process of taking the wellness path. It's, don't tell yourself this is hard. It's a lot harder to be sick. And so come join our healthy living revolution. And just many of you might be doing a reset. We have a 10-day program that is a detox. It is your chance to actually eliminate some things out of the diet for 10 days, adding in your Juice Plus and more plants, and see the benefits that you can receive from that. So thank you so much for joining us on this call tonight. Happy detoxing.
Thank you, Kathy. Okay, I just want to jump in here real quick on a couple of things because I know we're just a few minutes over. But on a call that I was on today, Kurt Beavers announced that on April 2nd, there is a call for partners to talk about an upcoming reset that we're going to have in May. So I don't have the information on it, but we'll get it out to you. But again, April 2nd is just for partners only, and then we're going to have the new reset and he did mention it's going to be a 30-day reset. It's going to be a mind and body reset. So that will be good. And just to quickly go through, I forgot to tell you one of my favorite things that she mentioned. Y'all, did y'all get that number of how many products that a woman on a daily basis puts on their body or puts in their body? 450. Y'all, that's mind-boggling. So definitely we need to help detox on that. And then just real quick, the other thing was the restorative sleep time was from 10 to 2. And then the household item that you definitely need to detox with is get rid of all those fabric sheets that are out there. And she gave a couple of tips on that. And then one thing that I asked Kathy to go ahead and cut off, but I thought this was interesting that Dr. Sachs brought up that kiwi. You don't have to buy it organic because apparently they don't put anything on kiwi, and they actually said that it's obviously healthy to eat the skins on there. So that's all I have. If anybody else got some nuggets, please put it either on the chat or right now you can even unmute yourself and come on and tell me some nuggets that you heard. Anyone? If not, we can say good night. I thought it was great too. So I thought it was wonderful. So all right, we're a few minutes over, and I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed evening. Thank
Thank
y'all
you
for
so
joining.
much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.